Hey y'all, it's me, and today, as my title probably tells you, I'm gonna tell you something that a lot of you already knew, and some of you didn't, and some of you knew but couldn't talk about, and that's that I am non-binary. Hello, hi, I'm Enby. I'm big fat motherfucking Enby. Look at this fucking jacket. We got the pronouns, we got the pin, we got a million other pins. Yeah, I mean, I'm wearing a NASA shirt. Yeah. I'm non-binary. My pronouns are they, them. Use them. And don't use like gendered terms like queen or cis or stuff like that. Some masculine ones I can do, but if you're nervous, just go for a gender neutral thing and it'll probably be fine. I asked on Twitter for people to give me some questions too. It's just like a little mini like, hi, I'm non-binary. I'm gonna answer some questions, whatever. So I'm gonna do that. But first, I just want to mention that like obviously my channel has been very all over the place since forever, but especially in 2020. And I've just accepted that this is a channel that will happen when it happens, and I'm not gonna put a schedule on anything or claim that I'm gonna put anything up anytime soon because I don't have the kind of executive function right now to commit to doing something regularly, anything that doesn't give me money. So like I have at least one video that's trying to like frantically catch up on reads, and either I have another video or I planned it but haven't filmed it yet that's trying to get us from like June for reads. Wait, it might even be sooner than that. Way back earlier in the year, like March or April or something, through like October is what these two videos were trying to accomplish. And I want to get those up at some point if the computer will let me. I was literally going to like export and upload it like weeks ago, but it just kept not working and I gave up. So we'll see if I do that. Let's get to questions. Only like a few people responded, which is fine. I did put it out the day before the election, so I didn't expect anyone to reply, and so a lot of them are from the same people, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, so Cam, my dear friend Cam, asked the following questions. Favorite non-gendered terms? I should have prepared for this before, shouldn't I? Cryptid is one I love. I don't know, like I'm just kind of like about most gender neutral terms, but like ones that have big like cryptid energy I really like being or cryptid or entity, stuff like that. Just I love it. Favorite thing about being Enby? The community and like our inside jokes and our things that we do, it's just like I just love them so much. It gives me so much joy every time I see Enby things like, you know, like noun names or listening to mother or what is gender, or like I am simply a void, do not perceive me, or like the way that we describe our gender is sometimes just like I'm a lighthouse if it forgot to turn the light on, or I'm if you stood at a crosswalk and you could cross but there's not quite enough time so you're just gonna wait here because it doesn't seem worth it. Like we have the weirdest and most wonderful ways to describe our gender, and I just love being Enby so fucking much. When did you first start thinking you were trans? When I got to college, there were a few little like maybe I am. Like I remember sometimes being like, oh, it'd be so cool to be non-binary, but I'm not. I was like, oh, I don't have dysphoria. Not that you need dysphoria to be trans. And then I remember there was a specific time where someone was like, yeah, I realized that if you want to be a gender, you probably are that gender. And I was like, I've sometimes wanted to be non-binary. I thought it'd be cool to be non-binary. And I literally said like jokingly like, ooh, don't give me a gender crisis. And they looked at me like, oh boy. And I was like, no, but seriously, I'm not gonna have a gender crisis. I'm not. Like, I'm good. I'm a girl. I'm fine. Honey, you got a big storm coming. And then last July, like 2019 July, the week that I went to 4th of July holiday with my family. Oh my god, I went to holiday with my family. COVID didn't exist then. Like the first day we went out, I was like, oh shit, I think I'm not entirely a girl. I know, just went from there. Favorite Enby article of clothing you own? I mean, this is a big one. I also have some like short overalls that give me big Enby moods, and just all of my like button-ups. This one does hit a little different sometimes. It just has such big like cryptid dad having a little summer vacation. I just love it so much. And of course we can't forget about my binder, which I'm wearing right now. Thank God for her. Thank God for hiding the titties. These next few are from Casey, aka Enby Legend. Do you have a more specific term than Enby or trans that you like? Not really. Sometimes I've considered the idea of agender, because when people ask me about my gender, my answer is usually like, not even like a, I don't know, but like a, I don't really care way. So it's like maybe some like agender, but honestly, Enby and non-binary are my favorite. Sometimes I'll use transmasc just mostly as like a label for other people, because I don't necessarily feel like transmasculine all the time. I just feel non-binary. I feel Enby. I don't know. It just, the word just fits me really well and I'm really grateful for it. Have you ever thought about having a noun name? I'm currently going through a name crisis. I have my birth name, which I still like fine, but I'm not positive it's my name. I have Percy, which I use sometimes, like use in certain circles. Basically, if you're not my family or my work, then you can use that, so y'all can use Percy as well. But I also am considering other names. But yes, I definitely have. I'm in love with Enby noun names. Who is somebody who helped you feel more comfortable being Enby, whether a public figure or somebody in your personal life? Casey, you are one of them. You are one of them. My friends for sure. Like the majority of my friends are non-binary, so they help me so much. Just the, oh, I can't cry. I can't cry. I'm wearing makeup. Yeah, generally my friends have been such like an example for me of like what Enby joy can look like and what living as yourself even when you don't know who that is can look like. There are also definitely like lots of internet friends and internet people and stuff like that that have helped me, but my friends for sure. Neutral mom jeans asks the next few questions. What are your favorite places to buy clothes? Bold of you to assume I do. Thrift stores are always good. I mean, I guess I shop at Old Navy sometimes. I don't, like, Old Navy has such straight people 4th of July energy, but it's like, I don't know, my grandma has lots of money to go towards there, so I've gone there. I mean, I got this here and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't really buy clothes a lot, so if I do, it's like, I'm probably going to a thrift store or like a clothing shop or something. What are some things that give you gender euphoria? This hair, good, just shaggy fucking messy boys, rowdy boy, dirty rowdy boy, just a fun-loving, fun-having dirty boy. This hair, definitely gender euphoria. Having a binder on, gender euphoria. Didn't think that these were gonna give me any sort of gender euphoria, but it was like, oh, I'm wearing something that's seen as feminine and it's making me feel more masculine, and that was really awesome. Jean jacket, gender euphoria. Cryptid activities are like big on the internet, just seeing cryptid shit. Mother, no one's allowed in the closet. We're out of the closet, baby. Be who you are. Favorite bird species? Ooh, I should have really looked at these questions so I could think. I mean, I do love corvids. They just have good energy. They just like crows just like shiny things and hopping around and yelling. I love it. You gotta love penguins. Ducks. Oh, I love ducks. And listen, geese are bastards, but I do love them. Then those birds, I don't know what they're called, but they're the ones that are in Zelda Skyward Sword. Those birds slap. I'll have too many more answers if I do any more. Also, side note, I know that I've never really been good at looking in the camera, and originally I was going to get better at that, but I have ADHD. I can't. So just accept that I will not always be looking right at you. I'll often be looking at myself or around, just fucking everywhere. I will sometimes look into the camera like I am right now, but just holding eye contact like that is like, oh my god, all of my senses are being used. And then favorite musical artist and favorite album. My top 2 favorite artists of all time are always going to be Sleeping at Last and Dodie. Anything they put out, I'm gonna eat that shit right up. I never have like favorite albums necessarily. I just have like songs that I love to death. Instead of telling you a favorite album, I'll tell you some of my current favorite songs. Or not even some of my favorite songs, but just the current songs that make my brain go. What has consumed my entire being is Stop Talking by Mia Folick. That shit hits so hard. That shit hits different. That shit. Anyway. Jude at BookisJ asks, thankfully not overall applicable to me anymore, but I think it's always reassuring to be talked about. How did you deal with doubting yourself and your identity as you figured them out? This is a hard one. Friends and seeing like other people who are non-binary and like knowing like they're valid, therefore I am. Internet stuff, of just people constantly reassuring, like, it's fine if you don't know, it's fine if you don't know. That was nice. Also, non-binary as a term was so helpful for me because it felt so flexible, because it was like, you know, non-binary, if you don't know the exact term, which, sorry that you got this far without knowing the exact term, it's basically if you are not 100% a girl or 100% a boy 100% of the time. If you fall outside of that, non-binary can apply to you. So anytime I started questioning, like, oh, maybe I'm, you know, maybe my relationship to masculinity or femininity is different than I thought, or maybe this or this or this, I could be like, well, I'm still non-binary. That's okay. It still applies to me, and I can still have that label as a cozy little thing, and I still have my community while I figure it out. That was really, really helpful. Some of it was also just fake it till you make it, just like, I'm valid, I'm valid, I'm valid until you believe it. Experimenting really helped a lot, because then I could figure out what I did or didn't like and just keep trying until I was like, oh, I like this. Indiglow asks, how has your taste in music changed throughout your life? This isn't technically a non-binary question, but I didn't ask specifically for non-binary questions, and it is a little bit non-binary. When I was little, I basically just listened to whatever my siblings listened to, which was like country and random pop. Like, childhood songs that are just iconic to me include Wanna Talk About Me, like the wanna talk about me, wanna talk about I wanna talk about number one, I'm not me, man, what I think, what I want, what I know, what I want, what I see, I don't know, whatever. Human by The Killers? Is that one by The Killers? Like, are we human or are we dancer? How to Save a Life by The Fray. Anything by Zac Brown Band. Zac Brown Band was like the artist for my family growing up. Then I got into high school and I got into a few more slightly more indie things. Like I found Dodie, I found Sleeping at Last, so thank God for that, which I found Sleeping at Last because of a Budweiser commercial, so God works in mysterious ways, they really do. I also got into the Avett Brothers. Well, I guess I was in middle school, and then that carried on through high school, into the Avett Brothers, which is like folk. I still say folk to me. Some people see it as country, but I don't really see it as country. And then I started getting a little bit more pop. I was starting to get rid of my idea that pop music was lesser, blah, 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 blah. And just kind of basically just going for random songs. And then in college, I started diversifying even more and started realizing that I was really into like alt stuff, which makes me feel like such a hipster. But I really did just get into a lot of like, I think it's alt pop and alt rock and stuff. Like, I really don't understand what the terms alt or indie or things mean. I don't get it. And now I've also gotten to gotten a little bit more into stuff like rap, a little bit more into common pop. I don't know. Now I like, you know, now I have artists I really like Codaline, Ben Platt, Mia Folick, Lizzo, Orla Gartland, Bleachers, George Ezra. A lot of them have a lot of overlap of vibe, but I don't know what the genre is, so I just call it alt pop or alt funk or indie. I really don't know what any of them are fucking called. So anyway, oh, and now I'm really into Mother Mother. So basically, I got more queer as I went on. And then from M Loves Trees, who is my partner, we have these questions, and I promised you I would answer them. You put the challenge out, and I'm doing it. How are you so hot? Denim jacket, but genuinely, I don't know. Black lipstick, I guess. I don't know. I don't think it was hot. Are all trans/Enby people as cute as you? Yes. Many are even cuter. How would interested persons apply to date you? Ugh, they would probably have to become my friend. I mean, obviously, because I'm demi, so you really need to become my friend. Become my friend, and then we definitely need to watch a lot of TV together, and then, like, yearn, do some mutual pining, mutual yearning for months and months and months. And then you can put your application in, but make sure it doesn't go through, because I'm gonna have to actually send my application to you first. So sorry to everyone listening to this part. This is only for M. If you're not M, keep scrolling. Have you ever considered kissing any of your subscribers? One, if that person is subscribed to me. I mean, I would kiss many of my subscribers, like on the cheek, but kissing, only one. What recommendations do you have for non-binary people who are in love with you? Hold my hand. Thank you. And get me ice cream. That will. Anyway, those are all the questions. Sorry to end on a fucking sappy ass note. Yeah, so if you have any other questions you want to ask me about being Enby or anything like that, as long as obviously they're respectful, go for it. I will answer them. Or if you have questions in general about like what my channel's looking like, or just fucking anything, if you just want to talk, let's talk. I love y'all. Sorry for probably what was a lot of background dog chomping? Chonk. No, that's chunky. Crunching. Thank you. In conclusion, oh god, let's not talk about the eyebrows. In conclusion, let's not talk about the eyebrows, but do talk about the other makeup because I think it's good considering me. Yay for people who look punk but are soft as shit, and Enby people, do it better. Hi y'all, it's me,